We are back. It's the Joe Holka Show presented by Underdog Fantasy. Top 3 wide receiver steals for 2021 fantasy football. But before we get there, I want to remind you guys that if you are not joining us for Best Ball Summer on Underdog Fantasy, definitely get in the community Discord. Sign up today with promo code HOLKA. You'll receive $25 for free. To mess around with the app personally, I always tell people to enter Best Ball Mania, a free chance at $1 million first place prize. But as always, the goal is to get you in, get you out. So let's not waste any more time. Michael Gallup. Zeke and CeeDee Lamb creeping up in average draft position. Gallup's still probably the best value to Cowboys exposure, no doubt, this summer. So he's currently coming off the board at roughly pick 74. That's about 8 picks richer than late June. So he's been gaining some steam. It's also possible he's still not getting enough credit. A lot of people will tell you he's getting a little bit too rich at this spot, but he's still a steal for me here, guys. Matt Harmon says he's the best separator in the vertical game against press coverage on this entire team, a team with CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper. We saw earlier this offseason that they're actually moving Gallup around a little bit into the slot. From my perspective, if they continue to get more creative with Gallup and his usage overall, plus the return of Dak, that's enough for me to keep firing here, even if he is the 4th option a lot of weeks. I hate that we even have to address this, but are the drops a concern here? No. Look at some of the other names on this list. Let's move on to things that actually matter. Gabriel Davis. I get it. The Bills signed Emmanuel Sanders in the offseason, but hear me out. They also lost John Brown, the role that Sanders is probably going to absorb the largest portion of. But I actually think Davis has earned more snaps this year. He proved to be a solid deep threat for an offense that's going to throw, and they're going to throw a lot. Circling back to Emmanuel Sanders, if we must, 34-year-old Emmanuel Sanders, by the way, but it doesn't change a whole lot for Davis. If Buffalo runs a ton of 10 personnel, which we expect them to do, he's wide receiver 59, pick 125. He's an absolute steal for betting on young talent and upside, especially if you miss out on Stephon Diggs, but Josh Allen happens to fall past a spot that you normally would get him in. Davis is the perfect guy to grab late and add to that stack. Mike Williams, similar to Gallup, he's been gaining some steam across the industry, but I still don't think we're quite there yet, guys. His current ADP of wide receiver 40, pick 80 on Underdog Fantasy. Why is he still this low? He just checks so many boxes. He's tied to a top-tier quarterback in Justin Herbert, the guy who just set the record for rookie touchdown passes. But maybe an even bigger factor here is the offensive coordinator, Joe Lombardi, a guy who's proven that his offense can support more than one elite option. Mike Williams already has a 1,000-yard season under his belt, another season with 10 touchdowns, but he's never seen 100-plus targets once. 10-plus yards per target over the past 2 seasons. Only 7 other players have done that, and since 2018, he leads the NFL in yards per reception. Now, these deep targets and his tendency to kind of go up and get it without much concern for his body at all is definitely a legit injury concern, no doubt, but if he stays healthy, Mike Williams is a steal in 2021 fantasy football. Let me know in the comments your favorite wide receiver steal for 2021 fantasy football. And if you made it this far in the video, I want to remind you guys that I'm giving away $250 cash. Link below for more details as always, but takes less than a minute to enter. Good talk.